Hi friends, welcome to the verse of the day. Before we look at today's verse, let's take a quick look at yesterday's verse. It was taken from Galatians chapter 5, verse 13. You, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free, but do not use your freedom to indulge the flesh. Rather, serve one another humbly in love. If we take a look at verse 14, it says, "For the entire law is fulfilled in keeping this one command, love your neighbor as yourself." This particular verse, to understand it, you need to also love yourself. And I have explained once before that the way that I have come to understand loving yourself is through basically getting closer to God, knowing God, accepting that Christ died for you, letting his love overflow in you, and then ultimately you will understand how you yourself is meant to love others. Because without God's guidance, without the love of God, you are not going to be able to love others. So the first commandment of loving God with all your heart, soul, and mind has to be fulfilled. And then when that is done, you are able to be filled with enough love that will overflow towards others naturally, which will help you also serve others without complaining, without thinking about what the reward is, and the list goes on. So remember that whatever you do, you are supposed to be free. And when you are free, you need to not only do things that will benefit you, but everything that will benefit others as well. Okay? Today's verse is taken from Matthew chapter 21, verse 5. Say to daughter Zion, see, your king comes to you, gentle and riding on a donkey and on a colt, the foal of a donkey. So this particular verse is basically a prophecy that is being fulfilled, because if we read in the beginning of Matthew chapter 21, we realize that Jesus is on his way to Jerusalem, and he asks that they go to the village ahead of him to go and ask for this donkey that he is going to ride on to Jerusalem. And in verse 3, it says, if anyone says anything to you, say that the Lord needs them and he will send them right away. And verse 4 says this took place to fulfill what was spoken through the prophets. For me, this particular verse is telling us about how humble Christ was, and we also need to mirror the same. In all humility, he came riding on this donkey to Jerusalem, and everybody was amazed when they saw him, the Jesus of Nazareth. I hope we'll also be able to humble ourselves in the same way. Take care and be blessed.